really like would distract something into thinking that's its eyes. I know this is like anxious behavior.
Yep. You're also a lot further away.
Swim in the water and tortoises walk on land. Yeah, that's actually one of the easiest ways. Awesome job. That is one of the easiest ways to tell the difference between turtles and tortoises. Turtles are in the water, tortoises are on the land. Turtles have what? Web feet are flippers. Excellent. Tortoises have what's called an elephantine foot, which allows them to walk on the ground. Tortoises also get pretty much all the water they need from the plants they eat. So kind of learn some emerald trivia while they're going through. I know that the machine that they just pulled out, that's the ultrasound. So that definitely means that the vets want to try to go through, do a little bit of an ultrasound, see what's going on with the tortoise. To actually make sure that, find out, does he have a cold? Is that why he's coughing up fluids? Or has the tortoise actually swallowed something in the wrong direction? Maybe that's why he's coughing up fluids. So we're going to do this ultrasound just to make sure, to kind of try to find out all the basic parameters of what's going on with him. And for those new faces that just joined us, this is a Burmese mountain tortoise. You would typically be able to see these guys over on the Maharaja Jungle Track. We have a pretty good collection, and they're actually, their names all come from the television show Gilligan Island. That's the professor that you're looking at right now. And Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the professor is the smallest of our breeds, right? Joe?
Good afternoon. Oh, that was disappointing. Let me try it again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you. My name is Angie. I'll be your safari driver for the next 2 weeks. Above your heads are the game spotting guides. Those will help you out. I'll do my best as well. It's a good time for selfies. It's also a good time to put your cameras on a sports or a fast speed if you can. We'll be able to stop for a few pictures. We can't stop for all. So if you see that picture taken, only one extremely important rule. Everyone must remain seated the entire time. It is a real truck. It is real animals. It's a real driver, too. The best way to learn about an animal is to quietly observe them in their own home. The more we understand their fears, the more we can help them escape those fears. So you are all coming along and learning all you can about the animals. Helps to conserve them as well. What we see with our eyes, we value with our hearts. This is the little Atori Forest. Plenty of food, plenty of shelter, a lot of excellent places to hide. Sometimes the animals' coloring helps them hide as well. Good source of water. Sometimes the watering holes attract unique species such as black rhinos. Unfortunately, there is less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the world as poachers hunt them for their horns. But they love the forest. They like to travel by themselves. They like to hide as well. So we'll see if any are visible at this time. I'm not seeing anything right now. So if we were able able to see a black rhino, they have a hook or a finger on their top lip that allow them to strip the leaves off of branches. So black rhinos would be the browsers. Charge their prey at 35 miles per hour. Did anybody see the smooth rock way up there on the left by the tree? We'll keep looking. So black rhinos charge their prey at 35 miles per hour, weigh 3,000 pounds. No animal enemies except for poachers. Just barely see the best side of a black rhino behind you up top on the left. Alright, we're gonna leave the Artori Forest. We'll head on over to the Sophie River. Excellent place to look for hippopotamus. Twin day. Let's go. So here's the thing with hippos, they're nocturnal. They're not very active during the day, but they spend the day in the water. Keeps them hydrated. We'll be looking in the water for them, and the river's on both sides of the road. We don't see them too well on the right, we should see them better on the left. We're looking for shadows. There's two shadows hugging the island down there on the right, but not all of us can see that, so let's keep looking. Shadows in the water, backs reaching the water, sometimes their heads. Let's look on the left. There you go, right there. Right there. So, hippo's eyes, ears, nose, right on the top of their heads. So they can stay submerged, regulate their temperature, yet check out their surroundings. On the island are pink-backed pelicans, a rare breed of pelican, team players, no less, both male and female watch over the nest. Couple more hippos. So hippos can hold their breath underwater close to 8 minutes. They will come up on shore mostly at night, and they're herbivores. They will eat better than 150 pounds of grass a night. That's why they tell you to be careful while you walk around Africa at night. You might run into some hungry hippos. Extremely territorial and overprotective. Whoa, Nile crocodiles on the left. There's a questionable looking bridge. Nile crocodiles are cold-blooded. Everyone needs a seat for me, please. Everyone needs a seat for me, please. Everyone needs a seat for me, please. They'll go in and out of the water to regulate their temperature. Sometimes they have a mouth open. The first thing you see briefly on your right-hand side is a baobab tree. Baobab stores water in its trunk during the rainy season, so it has plenty of food to survive with very little leaves, if any at all. It's also called an upside-down tree. Sometimes the animals get in the road. This is their home. Out of courtesy and respect for their space, we go a little slower than we want to, or even stop and politely wait. So be patient with me and enjoy my best side. There's two subspecies of giraffe in the reserve that I've seen. Most folks, when they think of giraffes, they think reticulated. Reticulata is a Latin term that means neck. That first giraffe we see out there on the right is a reticulated giraffe. That one has a very smooth, nut-like pattern. The other kind of giraffes in the reserve are Maasai giraffes. Maasai giraffes have a very jagged pattern. So this one closest to the tall stump is a Maasai giraffe, and there's about two more over here on the left. I'm just guessing that's a boy on the left. So Maasai giraffes have a jagged pattern. Can you see the difference? They have a very long grayish tongue. They use their tongue all day like a hook or a finger, and the grayish protects them from sunburn. Because everyone knows it's short. And a pretty girl on the left. Also on our left here, on the other side of the fallen down tree, this tan antelope with the spiral horns on our left is Patterson's eland. Eland are the largest antelope in the reserve. Pretty girl's a little small, but you get the idea. Male eland gets to be 6 feet from shoulder to ground. Male eland have a tendon on their back leg that makes a snapping sound. It's very attractive. And Collie cattle on our right. right have very symmetrical horns, 6 feet from tip to tip. They're also called Watusi cattle after the tribe that found and domesticated them. They are highly revered. They're a form of wealth, of status. Awesome. Alright, let's go see what else we can find. Toilet, red clay. Elephants love red clay. Yeah, sure enough. On your right, you see where their tusks scratch? They get minerals from the red clay. Elephant vitamins. Their tracks go this way on the left. Oh, there you go. There's some. Let's see if we can get a better look. So, a lot of grass out here. That's great. Elephants eat better than 300 pounds of food a day. Grass, trees, and other food. Sometimes we can see the blood vessels in their ears from here. When they flop their ears, it keeps the surface temperature of their blood cool, about like a radiator. We also tend to pick up the local radio station in the background. They got something today, that's good. Baby elephants, like we see out here on our left, have an adolescence similar to our own, 13 to 15 years. Babies stay close to mom. There's mom back there. They make mom, that's how they learn how to survive, how to eat, how to behave. If you're curious, baby elephant comes into this world at 300 pounds. I have a lot of respect for that pretty girl because it also takes 22 months. Some of us enjoyed 9. There's a dominant male sable antelope on our right. They tend to be blackish, the darkest ones. On our left, there's another good picture of a big tree. If you didn't get one earlier and you wanted one, this one appears to be thousands of years old. Sadly, not only are the elephants, some of you might be able to see that elephant behind the bamboo back there too. Not only are the elephants losing their lives to poachers, they're losing their habitats to us. Local livestock farmers compete for grasslands, and coltan mines are here in Africa. That's an iron ore we all use in our cell phones and our electronics. Those mines take away from the animals' homes as well. Greater flamingos on your left. You might catch a glimpse of some sable antelopes in the tall grasses on our right. Oh, we're crossing the road. There you go. Yep. Baby sables are born like tans, so they can hide in the tall grasses like they're doing. Greater flamingos are one of 5 different kinds of flamingos. One of the lightest and pink, one of the largest, but they do get that pinkish color from the carotene and brine shrimp. Alright, twin day. There's a lot of mud out here. Look at the mud markings on the trees. The rhinos have been through here. The rhinos use the mud like sandpaper to shape and sharpen their horns any way they need to. Because their horns are made out of compressed hair, keratin. A lot like your fingernails and might grow back. It's not us poachers destroying these beautiful animals for one part that might grow back. On your right, that's a white rhino. He has a very wide mouth that allows him to graze the grasses. Eyesight's not the greatest, but the cool part is their ears pivot. So what they like to do is so the white rhino is a grazer, a little more docile, a little more communal than the black rhino in the forest. But not worth destroying that beautiful animal for one part. Sadly, only a couple countries in the world believe the rhino's horns are some kind of medicine, therefore worth their weight in gold. Science has proven it's just fingernails. I've even heard that horn grows back about 3 inches a year. Your turn. What's the fastest land mammal? Cheetah. Next to the termite mound up there, in between those 2 trees, there's a cheetah laying down. About maybe 5 feet from that, to the right, there's another cheetah laying very flat. Looks like a pile of leaves. So there's 2 cheetahs up there. Cheetahs sprint better than 60 miles per hour. Excellent eyesight. Use that eyesight to hunt during the day. Use those spots to hide. Not much for stamina. They do tire quickly, and they only run for lunch. Thompson gazelle runs about 50 miles per hour. Lots of stamina. They can tire out cheetahs if they have to. Kopi means rock. Sometimes a kopi is a good place to look for a lion or a lioness. However, appreciate they are nocturnal animals. They're not active during the day. Anybody with cats at home can give you a general idea how that works. It does not matter whether it's 5 or 500 pounds. They are catching up on sleep during the day, so we'll do our best. But no promises. The alpha lion has a good view up on the kopi to watch over the pride, make sure everyone is safe. The lionesses do the majority of the hunting, mostly at night, not afraid to ask for help. Lionesses. You see the zebras up there on your right? Grant's zebras are one of 3 kinds. They stay close together. Their stripes steal depth perception. Their predators cannot pick one. Very powerful back legs to defend themselves with. But in front of the curvy tree up here on the left, for a man, there's a lion up there. There's a lioness behind the lion. So I'm sure he's got one eye open, making sure everyone is safe. Lions and lionesses need our protection from poachers. They can use some of our animal medicine as well. They're starting to get diseases that domesticated animals are already vaccinated for. Ostrich eggs on our left. Those are about 3 pounds each. Excellent picture of white rhinos on our right. Especially if you can get the zebras in the background. Maybe not. Hey, maybe. That's a cool picture right there. Oh, that's awesome. So, pretty gross. A little more docile, a little more communal than the black rhino in the forest. But not worth destroying rhinos for one part. Alright, let's go see what's going on in the Glen. The warden said we were able to allocate some more land for animals that used to roam out here. Up until the local livestock farmers confiscated the land. You see the warthog out there? Harry Rock. Let's go see what's going on, migrating through the Glen, and hope the reintroduction efforts continue. Another questionable looking bridge. Looks like somebody smashed the gates too. We made it. Over here on your left, look for the whitish animals with the curvy horns. You'll spot the addax up here on the left. Very drought-tolerant animals that go the majority of their lifetime with very little water. They get all the moisture they need from the food that they eat, and they have some really high-powered kidneys that recirculate for them. So you'll find addax closer to desert and sandy habitats. On your right, you'll see yellow-billed storks, carnivorous birds that like frogs and fish and snakes. Sadly, all the animals need our help. Poachers are very ruthless, vindictive, sophisticated even. They have little regard for any laws and no regard for human ward and life or animal life. If you and I continue to learn something new every day, which is key, and educate others, let folks know what we've learned by quietly observing the animals, understanding their language and behavior, and naming their fears, we can help them escape those fears. We continue to educate local livestock farmers in the area on alternative sources to food and income, so folks don't feel like they have to resort to poaching to be able to survive or feed their families with bushmeat, which is also making them very sick right now. You and I can recycle cell phones and electronics so that we don't deplete the coltan mines here in Africa. Remember, there are reserves in everyone's backyard. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. Don't be afraid to do a little homework when you get home to find out how you can have our animals critically endangered closer enough. Regretfully, that is taking us to the end of our safari. May you continue to walk in beauty. Hopefully you had some fun, learned something new. Of course, if you have any questions that I can make up answers for, my name is Angie. Now, no two safaris are like, we don't even like to say goodbye here, because we would like you to come see us again. So instead of goodbye, we say kwaherini, which means to go well. Kwaherini, folks.
Kwaherini.
Good job, Asante Sana. Thank you for touring with Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we go.
because all this water is flowing. It's not a swamp.
Can we stand up?
Yeah, you can stand up. Stand on the seats, whatever you like.
Don't fall.
In the water we've got bass, tilapia, bluegill, and catfish. Several types of turtles and frogs, snakes, and alligators. On the islands, you can see there's some islands out there. 25% of the Everglades is dry land. We call them hammocks. Hammock is the Native American word for land above water. And on there you're going to find raccoons, possums, skunks, rabbits, mice, more snakes. We also have a large population of deer and pigs.
Oh, deer too?
Yeah, lots of deer and pigs in here.
What's it bringing to the depth of the water?
I'm just kidding. It averages anywhere from 3 inches to 3 feet.
And you can walk, right?
You can walk anywhere you want to go here. Just a little bit of mud, 3 or 4 inches of mud, and rock. Cat rock. You can walk anywhere you can.
Go down, bro. I dare you. Come on, man. No way, I got you insurance.
So is there like a spring system or a river system?
Right.
Where's it coming from and where's it going?
Lake Okeechobee goes all the way to Florida Bay.
All this is fresh water.
You guys want to see an alligator, right? Mm-hmm. If we can find one, how close to it? Right there? Let's go see if we can find one. stand up. You guys can stand up, stand on the seat, whatever you need. Don't worry about falling in the water. There's another boat gonna come by first thing in the morning.
Oh, look, that one went down or something.
I just stay underwater for 3 hours.
So what do? They just like slow their heartbeat and
Yeah,
don't
and
breathe
slow
at
their
all.
heart rate down to 4 beats a minute.
Nothing like that. Yeah, nothing.
coming down here to spend the winter.
Heck, you could probably do it with an RV. I'm sure they have monthly rates at the campground.
Probably. Bet you that's what that Canadian guy at the KOA is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a few of those campers there that are like rather.
Permanent additions.
Yeah.
Pigeons. Doves.
Mangroves.
Hmm.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Captain. Happy birthday to you.